And this is what we're using today. Simple ingredients that will allow us to save some time. Alright, so we're going to make some plant-based pizza today. And what we will be using is, I think it's Dahlia cheese. We got a Mexican mix and a mozzarella. We're gonna add in some peppers. We're gonna use Brooklyn bread. I've had this one before, have you? It's pretty good. It's a must-have if you don't have a lot of time to make your bread from scratch. Pretty good. And we're gonna use this piece of sauce today. And we're gonna put a little plant-based chicken on there. And today we're gonna go with the Just Meat. Have you had this one? It's pretty yummy. And of course, olive oil. Who doesn't love olive oil, right? Okay, let's get started. I'm gonna give these a rinse, and then I'm going to chop them finely, or good enough to be on pizza. And then I think what I want to do is warm up a skillet to kind of put some olive oil in there and knock some of the cold off of this chicken so the pieces aren't that big. I don't want the pieces to be that big on the bread. Alright, got the veggies clean, got the skillet hot. So let's go ahead and see what this chicken is looking like on the inside of here. So we can just warm up a little bit. This is what it looks like when it comes in the pack. I'm going to put some down on this cutting board, and we're going to cut a little bit of it just to, you know, again, break up those pieces so it'll be smaller pieces on the pizza. I happen to find that works better when it comes down to cutting the pizza slices for me. But yeah, let's cut this chicken up, and we're gonna put it in the skillet for only a couple minutes because it's gonna cook in the oven with everything else. All right. Okay, so we're gonna cut the peppers. Got about 4 peppers. We're gonna cut them into like little small pieces like this, okay? About like that. So we just, you know, drizzle a few on the pizza. We don't want a whole lot, just a few, just to add some color, okay? It looks like the chicken is brown, so we're gonna turn that off and set it to the side. This is what our peppers look like. I'm gonna move the seeds out the way. We're not gonna put the seeds on there, but you kind of get the gist. So this is what the pizza crust looks like when you take it out of the package. I'm gonna just drizzle just a little olive oil on my pans before I sit those down. The pizza crusts are fully done, by the way. So really you're just warming everything up. The pack will tell you you only need to cook it for about 4 minutes. So now I'm gonna go ahead and just put some pizza sauce on the crust. I like to pour and then just spray it. to just put enough salt on my pizza, not too much. And yes, I like to go as far as I can out on the edges of the crust. We're gonna eat everything. Okay. So this is what this one looks like. It looks like I might have went a little too far on that one. Let's see. All right. Now what I like to do is just go down with a little cheese. Just a little bit of cheese before I do the toppings, and then I top with some more cheese. Some on there. I just thought about it. I wanted them just a little bit smaller and bite-sized pieces, so I'm hitting it with the knife just to break them up just a little bit more. Now let's do some color. You see how pretty that is? Some color. Makes everything look a little bit better, I think. All right, and you remember that chicken, right? So I'm gonna get that chicken and just put some pieces here and there, just spread it out. Give the chicken a test taste, right? Okay. It's chickeny, if that's a word. All right, and then we're gonna put more cheese on the top, and then I'll finish up the other one and we'll put it in the oven. All right, so I got both of them topped, and now I'm just putting a little seasonings on top. This is some Italian seasoning. I'm sprinkling to be mixed in before I put these in the oven. Sometimes I like to hit it with just a little bit of salt too. Not much, but some of that salt, just a little bit. All right, I think they're ready to go in the oven now. So I'm gonna put them in the oven on 400. They're gonna bake on 400 for about 4 or 5 minutes. That's really all it calls for. But since it's plant-based cheese, typically just until the cheese gets melty enough. All right. All right, let's see here. That'll work. It's a lot of heat coming out of that oven. All right, we're gonna let it cook for about 4 minutes. So I think I want to have some iced tea with the pizza today. So I'm going to use my coffee maker to get some hot water to make some iced tea. So I'm gonna open these bags, put them in my little measuring cup, and start the water. I'm gonna run it twice so I can get, I think like maybe 16 ounces or more of water. And then I'm gonna put it in this handy dandy pitcher over here, pour it over some ice and add some maple syrup for some lightly sweetened green tea. All right, just took the pieces out the oven, and you can see the cheese is melted. But with some plant-based cheeses, you have to give it just a little bit more time in order to get it to melt the way you want it. So I flipped the oven on broil, and I let it go for a minute or two. Since this is Dahlia cheese, it normally takes a little bit more to get it melty. But that's what we're looking like. Now I am done with that, so I want to go ahead and finish my iced tea. All right, so I filled the pitcher up with ice cubes, ice balls, whatever, and I've got, you see the steam coming up. Can you see the steam coming up off the tea? The tea is hot, so I normally just pour it straight over ice like so. And that kind of almost fills up the full pitcher. Now all I need to do now is perhaps just add a little bit more water and then add my agave. So I am filling up my measuring cup with filtered water, and we're gonna go in with that just to the brim so we can add some agave. Let me get my handy dandy spoon. And we're gonna go in with some of this golden maple. You know, they're talking about some of the other sweeteners right now, so we're using maple syrup. As you can see, I'm just kind of filling up the spoon about 3 times, and that's about it. It goes to the bottom, so you have to stir it. Now, this is not like the Kool-Aid we used to make back in the day, okay? This is not like that Kool-Aid, but it gives you like a honey-kissed golden green tea, lightly sweetened and, you know, easy to get down. But yeah, so we're gonna have this green tea with the pieces, and we are ready for lunch. So how's the pizza?
Outstanding, very delicious.